So finally, the day of Pentecost has arrived, and all the apostles are gathered in one place. They're gathered in the upper room, and they're together. And suddenly there comes into the room a great mighty wind that comes over them and fills the room. And it's the same mighty wind that fills creation at the very beginning of the book of Genesis. That the great Ruach of God, the breath of God, the mighty wind of God hovers above the earth when it's formless and void before God starts his creation. And so this great Ruach of God, this great breath of God, this mighty wind hovers above the disciples, above the apostles, before God creates anew his church. Before God transforms his apostles and fills them with the Holy Spirit, the room is filled with the Holy Spirit, filled with the breath of God. And then from above them, the tongues of fire of the Holy Spirit descend upon them and anoint them. And they're filled now with zeal, with courage, with apostolic zeal to go out, to leave that upper room, to leave that place where they're gathered. They're filled with the gifts of the Holy Spirit. They're filled with the God himself to go out and to change the world. Now that they've received the breath of God, in their preaching to come, they will release the breath of God. And it's by this Pentecost, this reception of the Holy Spirit, this reception of the breath and the life of God, that the apostles now will breathe that same breath of God out into the whole world. And the world then will be transformed by them. Receive the Holy Spirit, not for yourself, but for the salvation of the world.